Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our Wednesday morning trading room. Is it Wednesday already? Wow, the week is just flying by. Well, yesterday, very much a seesaw day. It doesn't show it very well here on the daily chart, as the market made a very strong move lower in the NASDAQ, but intraday, the morning session tailing off a little bit, then spending most of the day sideways, although there was a little bit of a rally up in the afternoon. You can see where we're starting off today and from where the market left off. So it left off down here around 82.40, and we're currently trading at 82.90. There is a little bit of a gap here to the downside. And relative to yesterday, it looks like it's the first day the market actually put on the brakes a little bit. Volume up, which is what you might expect. Big bars, big volume. Looking at the overnight now from the perspective of the eagle, you can see very sideways, very congested. This is one of these types of setups where, well, the overnight is more influential than it used to be. But if this was intraday, I wouldn't touch this until we got outside of this range, or alternatively, you can look for a signal to sell as we get down here, and you can look for a signal to buy as we get down here. Now, it's not going to be any of the signals that qualify as a high probability signal in any of your tools. Rather, it's just going to be a buy signal. So if you're trading the Raptor, you might get a number 2 signal here to buy. If you're trading the Falcon, the Hawk, or the Eagle, you're just going to get a buy signal. It's probably not going to qualify as one of your high probability signals. Okay, well, here we go. We got the Raptor signal. So I'm just going to buy into that. And stops should go down here below the lows. And this is, this is very early, very risky. But maybe I'll catch a break and catch a little bit of early momentum here. Okay, stops can come up now to break even. We're 3/4 of the way to the profit target, and oh, you scoundrels, come on. Yay. Okay, a little bit of a better start to the day than yesterday. And that's just based on the tendency of a channeling market to find resistance near the top and support near the bottom. Ooh, okay, well, now we've actually broken out. Now that we've broken out of this range, this overnight range, we can look for a retest of the breakout. Ideally on the eagle, I like to see 2 bars against, so I'd like to see 2 bearish bars. Oh, they might not give it to me. All right, so I've got the 2 bearish bars against. I can now place my just in case order to buy above here as we watch the market retest, and then we see what the buyers got. Now, normally, when we see the market break a significant swing high or swing low, we can expect 2 moves in the direction of the breakout being move number 1. So we should anticipate another move higher. Don't know if it's going to be a big move or a little move, but there should be another move. All right, come on, give me that little uptick. Now here too, ideally I like to see 2 bars back in the direction of trend. Oh, darn it, might not get it. Come on, buyers, you were here a minute ago. Where'd you go? So what I was looking to do was to see where the buyers showed up, and if they were looking like they were going to hold this breakout, then we could cover the trade below that next swing point. But Now that we've drifted all the way back here inside this trading range, it does appear as though the buyers don't have what it takes. Okay, well, that's all right. We'll give them a moment here. Good question here from Aspen while we're waiting. Aspen writes, recently markets very volatile and making huge moves. Do you change your strategy to accommodate that kind of market? Yes, it's a good idea. By changing strategies, you can protect yourself or take advantage of a market. When the market's making big moves, there's always that temptation to either try to run out the trade or have a runner in play or go for a larger profit target, all of which are good ideas. More volatility also means larger stops. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself getting stopped out a lot. And that's one of those things that are easier said than done. Okay, we're on the primary resistance line. We're going to produce a signal here. And it looks like the next signal, if it rallies, should try to take us up here to the next resistance zone. I don't know. We're back to the hard edge, so we're anticipating some sort of reaction. The hawk, the falcon, well, actually the falcon's getting a little bit more bullish. All right, here, this is still pretty risky, but I'm going to take a look at getting this trend change signal if it develops. That trend line's got to hold. They're thinking about it. All right, so I'm just anticipating where the signal will print. I get my profit order and exit order out of the way, and I'll try to take advantage of a larger move here. I won't try to squeeze it to the very last. Okay, we've got the trend change signal now on a relatively flat trend line. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. A little bit surprised we didn't get a support and resistance line printing around this 83.10 zone, which seems to be offering a little bit of resistance this morning. Okay, now we're at 4 points. At this point, I would be rolling my stops to break even for the swing target, which is 5 points. But Aspen makes a valid comment, so I'm going to try to sneak a few extra dollars out of this. Hey, way to go, Ray. Ray says, I took the hawk and 2 contracts, got my $100. My day is done. Well done. Yeah, consistency, that's the key. You can't make money without being consistent. All right, if we can get above 83.10, I'm going to bring my stops up rather quickly. In fact, next bull bar, I think I'll bring my stops up. Here we go. All right, that's enough. That's all they get. Just need a few more buyers to tip the scales, I think. Yeah, there you go. Ron's got the right idea. Maybe if we all buy on your order, we can move the markets. Yeah, there's a thought. We'll be the market makers. Okay, we're zeroing in now on our Eagle target, which is 10 ticks. And again, it's a lot of money, so don't be shy about taking it. I'm going to see if I can't get to the measured move high. And the measured move is simply, we've broken a significant swing. So the theory is the market will repeat the move. Which should put us up there somewhere. Okay, so we've made the Eagle target. We're going to get some resistance as we encounter these highs. So there it is. I'm going to start to cover below any bar with a tail to it. Are they going to give me the swing? All right, so I really didn't want to give them any more room than that, so I got tagged on the reverse. And you know, as is often the case, the market will tend to reverse a little bit after hitting the eagle target. So not a real big surprise there. But we haven't made the whole measured move objective just yet. We have established a little bit of a intraday sideways trading range though, right here. And it does appear as though there's some selling going on here, and we can probably anticipate some buying down here. And we can probably even shoot a trend line here off of the open price. David writes, so Eric, my first target is usually 15 plus ticks, but my second target is, if possible, your support and resistance lines. But I noticed your target a moment ago was about 83.24, while your S&R line was 83.29. How do you determine your second target? Well, what I did on that particular move, David, was I did a measured move. And so a measured move simply means when we see the market violate a significant support or resistance area, we expect the market to repeat the move. And you can see that that move would come very, very close to the support and resistance zone. I just didn't want to be the last one out. I learned this a while ago, that if, let's say, the measured move here is at 83.27 half, you don't want to be the guy with a order to sell 83.27, sorry, 83.27 quarter. You don't want to be the guy holding the 83.27 quarter order. So I'll typically look to exit about 3/4 of the way to my objective. Now, to me, I agree. This measured move is totally close enough to call it the support and resistance zone. But if I could get anywhere around 83.25, 24, 25, 26, that would be enough for me. I just don't want to be the guy holding the bag, if you will, because you'll see that happen. Traders are aware of measured moves. They're aware of risk reward. They're aware of gaps and support and resistance areas. And very often you will see them exit early for the same reason. They just don't want to be the last one there. Okay, well, they're thinking about turning lower. They keep testing the trend line here. Let's see if we get a breakout this time, or if the market will turn. Now, if it turns this time off of the high and gives me a couple of bars against, that is almost as good as a breakout. Well, it looks like we're going to get a proper breakout nonetheless. All right, so I've got 2 bars against. I'm going to put my just in case order to buy up here. And I was going to say one of our high probability signals will probably coincide with that. And it looks like we're going to get a number 3 signal if the market rallies. But it's also basic market structure that we're playing off of. Okay, so here now we've got the number 3 signal forming. The hawk, very, very neutral. The falcon also very broken up. Not much structure to the short side, which is a little unfortunate. The buyers, no doubt, are waiting probably here around 83.07-ish for a bit of a trend line break. They'll be parked with their limit orders. This is not something I typically do because a limit order requires you to predict what the market will do next rather than react what the market will do. But if you are so inclined and you understand market tendencies, that's a perfectly viable trade. Nice thing about limit orders is you can usually get by with a relatively tight stop. So you could buy 83.07 and maybe cover it at 83.04. So you're only in there for a few ticks. All right, let's see what they're going to do. Come down, test the trend line. Come on, give me that reaction so I know where to short you from. Yeah, everything's a bit of a jumbled mess, which is the case very often before a reversal. Okay, there's the break. Where are the buyers? We might be getting that reaction. Come on, just give me one bar. I won't be so picky this time. All right, that might be all they're going to give me. So again, what I'm doing here, this is just basic market structure. We've had something resembling a sideways range. The market broke out. It's retesting. If it fails to retest, it should head lower. Probably, check out the bottom end of this trading range again. If it continues higher, well then, next stop would be 83.29, the resistance zone. Okay, so we got a proper retest, and now we're just waiting. Okay, are they going to make a push? All right. Okay, so it seems as though they might be unwinding a little bit here to the short side. Maybe rechecking the bottom end of this trading range, as I mentioned. I'll manage it here from the Eagle, but you could use one of your other toys. So the Hawk giving us a first micro macro cross and a 4-arrow consolidation. The Falcon, not quite with a true trend change signal, and the Raptor here with an early trend change signal. At this point, the market really not with much of a trend. That's why we're getting all this back and forth. Ouch. Okay, well, it's a little better. They're coming around somewhat. Come on. They don't know they want to come down yet, but they do. Well, things have gotten very quiet here again, which seems to be the norm now. We get a move early and then the market just goes flat. Okay. We're making a bit of a stab lower here, so I'm going to start rolling my stops. Now I'm going to use anything with a wick. I'm just not going to give this market that much room. Okay. Come on, just give me a couple more ticks, you stinkers. Thanks, Ray. Ray says the fair price is sitting at 82.90. Shoot, eh? All right, gang. That's all I've got time for today. So we're going to close up shop here and do this all again tomorrow. Just FYI, next week will be a short week as I'm off to Mexico for the remainder of the year, but more on that next week. If you're going to hang out and try to continue trading today, well, we've got this nasty sideways trading range to deal with. So until we get outside of that, it's going to be a little bit hit and miss. I would probably go grab a coffee or breakfast or lunch, depending where you are, and allow the market to break out, look for that retest, and then trade accordingly. All right, everyone, we'll see you tomorrow then. Bye for now.